Hello, gorgeous or beautifully handsome man. Hola, hola, hola. So this video is a case for why should you focus on launching or on blowing up your program, your group program. That can be a mastermind, a retreat, whatever it is that God has put in your heart to do. Why should you do that right now? What should you focus the rest of the year on actually making that happen? I wanted to create this video for you because I know if you are in a place where you used to be, you have been feeling this calling to serve more people. And I want you to stay with me, please, because I feel that this can give you the breakthrough that you've been looking for to really step it up and to really do what God has been putting in your heart that it's possible with your program out into the planet. So if you know anything about me, you know, like programs have changed my life, and integrating programs into my business has been like mind-blowing. It has allowed me to grow the business like 2 or 3 times every 90 days. No kidding, especially in the last 12 months, we've served about 80 clients. So again, I'm saying all of this because if you are where I was about 2 years ago, where I was sitting on this program idea, I had already launched a small program. I was feeling really guided, like this is the time, this is the moment. But there were a lot of people in the coaching world that were wanting to push me more towards the one-on-one. And I understand. So the reason why I wanted to create this video, it's because I want to empower you to follow that God-given feeling that you're getting, or that download you've got, to either launch the program because you have the idea in your mind, to either figure out how to launch the program, or to relaunch a program that maybe you have launched in the past. So regardless of where you are, here's what I want you to get. Programs are the fastest way to scale up your coaching or service-based business. And it's really simple. I'm going to talk to you about some stuff, but I want to talk some sense into whatever limiting beliefs or whatever blocks you're having so that you can bust through that thing and go at it like crazy. So grab a pen, grab a paper. Let's talk really like if you and I were talking together and like we were like hanging out, you're going to be able to walk away with what are your next steps. I promise. You know me, you know that I'm not about wasting your time or your energy. So I want you to get results, and I want you to get results fast. That's my big thing. So here it is. Number 1, you need to stop leaving so much money on the table. One of the things that happen when we come into the coaching world is that we're being told, if you have 10 clients at $10,000, that's your 6-figure, go for it. And you start going, you start creating all kinds of stuff. You create the website, you create this, you create all of the things. And then you're putting yourself in front of all these people and you're wondering, why the heck are these people not buying? Because the price is not necessarily in alignment with where your ideal clients are at. That's one reason why programs work, because programs help establish you as the expert to your people, and then selling them into that 10K program or into that however much your high impact or your high-end coaching program is so much easier, because they can see you know your stuff. They see that you have a process. They see that you know what you're talking about, and they can get themselves behind it. So the majority of the clients don't buy, not because we don't have something awesome, but a lot of the time because they can't see themselves getting the result we're talking about. A program, your system, your signature system, makes it so much easier for people to see, holy cow, this is what I need. Holy cow, this is the person to do it with. Holy cow, where do I sign up, right? So that's one thing. The other reason for the program is because you, like me, we are called to serve a good number of people. Some people are called to serve a smaller groups. Like some people might be like 10 clients in a year. This is like my God-given thing. People like you and me, we are already thinking and daydreaming and burning and freaking out and excited and all of it about 100, 1,000, and however many, and 1 million. And we know we're here to do big things. We know we're here to touch a lot of people. we're here to speak at conferences and to do this and da 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 da. So what is in alignment for you is that God has given you that message, and he has like burned that message in your heart, either because it's something that you went through and you have learned how to overcome it, something that you have studied and so you know the way to do it, or you have had a good number of clients, you've worked with people one-on-one and you're like, oh yeah, these are my people, this is what they're struggling with, this is how I help them overcome. There could be so many reasons for you to create a program. Here's what a program does. A program allows you to focus more of your time on reaching your people and moving them in faster rather than having to just do one-on-one. So it's not just about you, and it's not just about whatever it is that it's been said. It's about what is the calling on your life right now. So one of the things that I realized is that a lot of the time, people who are doing one-on-one are being called to do a group program, but they might be a little freaked out about it, or there might be, they don't know how to do it, or whatever it is, or it feels like a jump, or whatever the reason. That is something that you need to know, that this is the thing that you're meant to do. And so of course you're going to be given and you're going to be in alignment to develop it. So this is a huge reason for actually doing it. And I wrote down my notes so that I can stay focused and I don't keep you here forever. Another reason to do the program is because with a program you can make a lot of money charging less to the clients. So here's an example. Let's say to work with me is individually, one-on-one is $10,000. So if my one-on-one is $10,000, a lot of the people that I know I'm meant to serve are not necessarily ready to do that. So for me, I was like, I know that I help my one-on-one clients slay 5 to 10K months or beyond, right? So now, this is part of what happened with me. How could I help more people with that process without having to charge that much money? So what I started doing is that I launched Slay, and I was charging about $1,500 per person. That's about how much the program is. So what that allowed me to do is like 28 people go into that program. You kind of like count the numbers. I did another program in Spanish recently where I had like about 20 people, and it was a $600 program for a 30-day program. So you can count how much money that would be. So the reason why I'm saying those things is because I want you to actually see and realize that you have a calling and that this thing is for you. So here is what I am going to call you. I'm going to challenge you to do. And this is kind of the process that I take my clients through whenever we're looking at what's the program, and like really getting into it. The step one, what I want you to do is to prime yourself to dream and desire. So instead of just coming at it from the business of how am I going to grow my business? How am I going to make my money? Where is my next client? Take a little bit of time to tap into your inspiration. The way God speaks to you, specifically, what he does, and he's so magnificent at doing this, is that he talks through our desires. So God uses your desires kind of like the GPS guiding you on what it is that he's wanting you to do next. So figuring out what is God saying to do next? How is he saying to do it? What feels so good for you? And you look at both your life and your business, and we start looking at, well, how can the business help you do that? So we start with your desire. So for me, one of the things that was big about the programs was that, one, I wanted freedom. I didn't want to be working all day. I didn't want to just be working with people one-on-one. I did not by any means wanted to be repeating myself over and over again, knowing that I already had a solution. That was one thing in regards to the freedom. I wanted more time with Jules, more time with my husband, Ricky, more time and stuff like that. And I wanted my business to be able to be ran between 10 and 20 hours a week. So that was really big for me. The other thing was the money. I wanted to replace my salary. So I love my job and stuff like that, but I began to realize I'm not able to be here for my family, and I'm kind of like drained at the end of the day. How am I going to do this with 2 or 3 kids? If with just one, I'm burning out. That was another really big desire that I had. last but not least, the other one was impact. I knew I wasn't meant to stay at home only. I knew that I wasn't meant to just be a stay-at-home mom, even though that's a calling as well. I knew that I feel guided to serve millions of people in my lifetime. So it was like, how do I marry all of those things? And that's when I was able to look at my business as the platform to create freedom for us, to create impact for the people that I'm here to serve, and to make the money that would allow me to increase the impact and to create the freedom for the family, right? So looking at that, the business became the vehicle to do the things I was feeling guided to do. Does that make sense? I want you to take a moment and just do that. Once we know that, that's when normally we would get the download about how should the business look. So if you are called to serve millions or thousands or hundreds of people in your lifetime, then you know that only doing 101 ain't gonna cut it. So how do we move and begin to set you up to scale up? A lot of the time, part of what happens is that we tap into, what are you feeling called to do? What are you so excited about? What are the things that lights you up? What are the things that you're feeling like, oh my gosh, if this is the only thing I could talk about, this is the thing that I know that God is asking me to share with the planet in this time and season. If that is the case, I want you to get clear. What are some of the ideas that come up? Don't get freaked out. Remember, we're not coming from the place of where's the money? The money comes through the service. So the more you focus on the service and get clear around the service side, the easier it is to make the money. The more you're clear on what's the offer, what are the outcomes, what are your clients going to walk away with, the easier it is to make the sales. So I want you to realize that it starts with you. And it starts with your desire. But after you start with your desire, then we create the platform that you're going to use to reach these desires. My nails are looking crazy. You see, I need a... Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I need a manicure. All right. So as we are, the desires are coming in, the business is the platform to make the impact and reach the desires. So that is something that is so important. You can't stay stuck on you. We just got clear. Now let's move at the business. Okay. So get just some of the ideas, some of the things that you're really like, oh my gosh, this would be amazing. What is going to happen is that you might get a few ideas. You might get just one idea. You might just look at one program you already have. You might look at a program that has been like trying to flirt with you, that you haven't been paying attention. It can come in so many different ways. What's going to happen most likely is that, let's say that you have several ideas. From those ideas, you're going to look at, oh, this one feels so good. Or, oh my gosh, that one would be so exciting. Or, oh my gosh, when God helped me do this, this was so amazing. Or, oh my gosh, people are always coming to me for this, and these are the steps that I take them through. It's going to look different, and you're going to feel like there's one of the ideas that's literally like jumping out of the page, like, pick me, take me. And so that's going to create a lot of excitement in you, even if you're scared a little bit, but it's still going to be so fire up. So from there, here is the next step. We are going to look at what, so that's what we just did. Now, who needs that thing that you're talking about? And then why do they need it? The why normally empowers you, because it's like, this is why, because this is what I stand for, because this is what I'm here to do. And you're getting all excited about it. But the other thing that it does is that it actually helps you see what are the benefits for your people. For example, it's because they need to do this. It's because they're asking for this. It's because they want more of da-da-da. It's because da-da-da-da. It's because, you see what I'm saying? So then those are the benefits we're going to use. What this step help us do is that it creates the message or the messaging, the marketing messaging, the core marketing messaging that we're going to be using for the offer normally comes from this place in your heart. This is what I'm here to offer. These are the people that I know that needs this. And this is why. That's kind of like the secret or messaging 101, right? Online. Okay. So then what we're going to do is we're going to map out your launch. I recommend for you to launch that program no more than in the next 90 days. So here's what I do. I normally take my clients through this 6-month program, which is called Accelerate. I'll tell you a little bit about it, but just hear me out here. So what I do is let's take 6 months of the year and let's launch that program at least 2 times this year. So the way that that would look is, let's say in this first 90 days, we're going to get clear. In that month 1, we're creating all this stuff. Month 2, let's launch the program. And so month two and month 3, we're actually launching the program, getting people in. You're super excited. You're going to be super passionate, super powerful. Because if you wait too long, what happens is that you begin to lose the energy from that pick me, pick me, pick me. This is the time, because you're putting out your calling. And so the faster you act on your calling, the more energy and power comes with it. So from there, what we do is that we actually map it out, run the program 1 time within the first 90 days. And here's the secret. We launch the program again immediately after. So we would make any shifts, any changes, anything that needs to happen, and we launch the program again. Why? Because now we have testimonials. Now we have people interested in this. Now we have a system. So it takes about 6 months to solidify the system that you are choosing to use that will allow you to grow. For you to grow your business and to scale your business, you can be changing all the time. We have to set you up as the expert in this area that you in this niche that you're carving out for yourself. And so one of the things that I recommend, and let me just give you an example. Let's say that 20 people signed up for the program for the first round, or 10 people, 10 to 20 people is normally what we shoot for if we're not launching with ads and looking at a lot of the paid advertisements. So if we're launching between 10 to 20 people for that first round, what we do, and we're launching a program no more than 90 days. We're keeping the program between 30 days and 90 days. We launch the program, run it by them, all of that stuff. Once that first month of your program is over, or at least half of the program, it's being executed and delivered, we go again into the same launch. Why? Because now we have all of that experience and we launch it again. So I have some clients who have, for example, an 8-week program. So they are launching every other month. It becomes so easy because we have all the content that we need. We have the different angles. People are seeing you as the experts. People are reaching out to you. Hey, I see what you're doing. How the heck do I get into the next one? You have testimonials. You can use the clients that are in the program for your Facebook Live and to promote or whatever. It becomes, I'm not exaggerating, this like snowball, and things start picking up. So now let's say that 20 of those clients, you have 20 clients, and then let's say that 4 of those clients said, I need more with you. I'm not ready to go. What else am I supposed to do? Then you move them into the 101. So from those 20 clients, or however many, calculate, I'm using 10 or 20, again, because of math. If it was 10 and 2 move into your 101, or if it's 20 and 4 did, then what do? You're working with these people now into the 101, but we're launching the program again. So the program becomes this like pool of ideal clients who are coming in at a price that it's like a no-brainer to them, which a lot of the time, I would say that that's between $500 and $1,500, depending on, one of the ways that I look at pricing is how much money would my clients be able to afford in any given payment, right? Or in any given thing. So that makes it really easy for me to back up and to feel confident about. From there, we're literally saying, launch it again and fill it up again. Launch it again and fill up the 101. Launch it, fill up. Launch. Does that make sense? I have clients that launch the same program and they have 2 groups going on. Why? Because if you're serving 20 people, let's say, and you have, let's say that you have an 8-week program, 4 modules, they're getting 1 module every other week, right? And you have 2 group coaching calls a month. Let's say if it was something like that, or if it was that you had a 101 session for them, however it is that you want to structure it, this is what I want you to see. You're not going to have to spend 20 hours with those 20 people. You're going to be leveraging your time. So the group call might be 2 hours in a week. It's still 2 hours for 20 people. That gives you the rest of the time to do live, to be you, and to market that program again. So we're creating that structure. So whenever, as the launch is going on, and as we're mapping out the 2 90-day periods, the 6 months, then what we're doing is that we create that program and we deliver that program and fulfill the program. And guess what we do 90 days later? rinse, and repeat. So what I want you to see is for you to be able to reach the level of calling and impact and the vision that God has put in your heart, you're going to have to simplify the way people work with you. You're going to have to accelerate the process of creation so you can spend more time engaging with your people, growing your audience, and actually serving the people. Instead of being stuck with doing sales calls the whole day with people that don't know you, like, or trust you, and that are going to say no at the end because they're not ready. They're not ready to make that kind of investment that would cost in your one-on-one, that would be totally willing and ready to be able to jump into the program. So does that mean that you don't do one-on-one? Heck no. I love one-on-one, but for me is I don't do one-on-one all the time. I don't think that it's always the way to help your clients get the fastest results. I actually think that when you put people in a group program, it's like the other people that are creating that impact for them. The container of the modules or however it is that you're delivering is creating that for them. And you are also helping them do that. So here's my challenge for you. With these 7 steps that I just shared with you, the number 1 is beginning to leverage what you have and getting clear, priming yourself with your dream and desires is number 1. Then number 2 is get the course download, get whatever it is. And normally we divide that into what is it that you want, who is it that wants it, and why. Then number 3 is all about mapping out your launch. Number 4, it's all about creating that course. Then number 5 is actually fulfilling and launching the course. And then number 6 is deliver the course. And then number 7, which is my favorite, is rinsing and repeating. So we are constantly going on that cycle. You can now see how you could maybe launch that program 4 times a year. And if you brought in $25,000 for that amount of people that normally, let's say that you were charging, I just want you to see it. So if it was 25,000 divided by 1,500, you only need 16 people, 17 people every 90 days to do 6 figures. Double that, more money. Triple that, more money. Lower that, less money. Like whatever you want to do, it would be really simple. And here's the secret. If I'm doing a 90-day program and my package or my monthly plan is $500, people can get behind that. And if I'm saying, and you can even do bi-weekly payments, so payments every other week of $250, your people can afford that. And so it becomes really easy, and it stops being about the sale. It stops being about the overcoming the objection of why they can't pay and who do they need to talk to and how they need to go and plan and get money out of their retirement funds to be able to pay you. It becomes something really easy, really simple, and it prepares them to continue to work with you in future levels. So I hope that this helps. And here is what I have for you. I only have this for a small group of people. If you're saying like, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I needed. This is exactly what I need support around. I want this to be easy, but I might be afraid of the technical part, or I might be afraid of this, or I need help with that. Let me tell you, I am launching my group program, which is a mastermind. Is your accelerate to 5 to 10K to 10K plus months. I got it mixed up with the slave after 10K months. So here what Accelerate is all about. Accelerate is my system that I have used, that I have helped clients use to go from wherever they are to launching their signature program on repeat, using it with their one-on-one. If you are like, oh my gosh, this is music to my ears, this is exactly what I need. I am taking this year 10 people. Is a very small group of people that I'm going to be taking you to launch the program the first time in the next 90 days. We're actually going to be diving into all these different steps that I just told you about. And here's what we would do. You're going to get a module from me actually walking you through my steps, all of it. I'm talking everything, each one of those steps, from the more spiritual side of it, to the psychology of it, to the technical side of it, and the step-by-step. If you know me, you know that I'm really big on the steps. Then what we're doing is we're launching that program one time, and we're relaunching it in the second 90-day period. The reason why I'm keeping this group so small is because you're getting one-on-one sessions with me, you're getting the modules, and you're also getting the group coaching call where you can hear me coaching more than just you. I'm looking at sales pages. I'm looking at the modules. I'm looking at the names. We're looking at the taglines. I'm showing you how to do the images. The whole, it would be like group program in a box where you get the whole thing. That is exactly what it's going to be about. I am actually going to be running that for very much more expensive than what I'm running at this time. I am offering these 10 people a 40% off from the price that I'm going to be launching it in 2019. And I would love to have you. So if you are like, oh my gosh, this is speaking to me, I want you to reach out to me so that I can send you a quick application. In the application, what I want to know is, what is it that you're thinking about doing, or what is it that you have done that you want to relaunch? Then the next thing that we're doing is that we're actually going to talk for a few minutes so that we can make sure that this is actually the best thing for you and that you are actually going to be the best to the group. When you sign up, what you're going to get is all the things that I just said. And if you need an accountability partner, we're going to pair you up. But I am looking for the 10 people that God is saying, you need to go to the next level now. The program, the thing that you're doing, the thing that you're feeling called to do is not a pipe dream. This is a calling that I have on your life. And your people need it this year, not in the future year. I wasn't going to launch the program until next year. And I keep just hearing more people talking to me about this. And I know that there's this need for you to actually reach the people, the 20 people, the 10 people, the 15 people that God has put in your heart, to reach them in 2018, not in the future. So if that's you again, I hope that these 7 steps help. Now I want you to send me a quick message. Share this with anyone that you feel that is being guided to this. But like I said, I'm just taking a small group of people that you're going to have to go through a quick application process just so that I can make sure that you're coming into the right group, because I want people that are going to be taking action, people that are ready to show up, people that are ready to master the sales process, to master the launch process, and to really go at it like crazy. We're not going to be looking so much this year on getting the 20 clients or the first 20 clients with Facebook ads. Normally I recommend that once we launch it one time and we know that it works, then we add ads and we do payment plans. Paid ads or paid advertisement. So reach out to me. I love you. Tell me if this helps. Tell me if these are the steps that you have been looking for. What questions do you have that would allow you to get super, super confident around the program? I love you. Bye.